happy January and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah. Hello, welcome. Today we are going to be doing my January plan with me, and I truly am so excited for you all to see this spread. So when recording this voiceover, it is actually already a few days into January, just because I do get my bullet journal for Christmas, so I kind of can't really upload it for before the new year, so my apologies. But the reason I'm saying this is I've already been using this spread for the past few days, and I am truly obsessed. One of my goals for the new year is to try to create more, how do I say this, more of my own ideas. A lot of my bullet journals that I do come from inspiration from Pinterest, and I take their spread and I just kind of add my own spin to it. But for this year, my goal is to just take inspiration from other people instead of putting my own spin on their own spread. I just want to take an aspect of something that I liked from their spread and create it 100% to be my own. It's really one of my big ideas, and so this inspiration came from a bullet journal picture that I saw of these weird sort of circular blobs of color, and she had a bunch of flowers on hers, but I decided that I just really wanted to stick with these circular colors, these blobs of color, if you will. And I also really liked the idea of outlining the page, and I think the outline of the page makes these blobs, makes this spread even so much more perfect, because it just like perfectly brings everything together and brings it all onto the page that it's on, and just makes it, I just love it. Oh my gosh. And it's a really easy spread. All you don't even need multiple colors. You could have 2 colors, you could just have one, and then you just have to draw random circles along the page. They don't have to overlap, they don't even have to be on the edge of the page. You can make it however you want, and that is the really great part of this spread that I just love oh so much. Also, my voice kind of sounds raspy to me, so I apologize if it's a little raspy for you all as well. I just woke up and it snowed and it's really cold outside, so my voice tends to get raspy in the mornings on colder days. I'm not really sure why, but it's kind of always been that way. So I do apologize. But anyways, my quote page for my January spread was, "Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in the heart." This is actually a Pooh Bear quote. And the reason I decided to go with this quote this month is because one of my big goals for the new year is to try to stick with all the small things, to really notice everything that is small, and to get joy and happiness from those small things. So I really like this quote to sort of start off this year, to sort of start off this habit of every day just writing a small thing down. But alright, we've already moved off of the quote and cover page. We've already moved over to the calendar page. And in this calendar page, I do go ahead and do a full spread calendar. I find for me personally that these calendars, these large calendars, not only allow me just to see what the month looks like ahead, but it also allows me to go in and write down what I want to do and the things that are going to be happening throughout the year, and be able to see not only when that falls, but what day it falls on, what's coming up quickly afterwards. I love this calendar. I did do 5 by 5 squares to make up each day of the calendar, and then I came in with my Sharpie fine tip pen to outline the calendar, to outline all of my little colorful blobs, to outline the page. And then of course my markers that I'm using are the Crayola Super Tip pens. These are my go-to pens. So if you notice right here, I did go in and start to write out January before coloring. I do recommend, if you try out something like this where you're using a color and then you're gonna write something over it, I do recommend going in with the color first, just because the black on top of another color, or the color coming in after you put in the black, does like to smudge when you're using another color. It won't smudge if you run your hand across it, but if you come in with another color, it will smudge when you're coloring it. But that won't happen if you're just writing the black on top of another color. I'm not really sure why I'm going so deep into that. Just trying to give you guys the tips and tricks if you want to invest in these Crayola Super Tip pens. And also, sorry for that really weird cut. I actually recorded this over the span of 2 days. I recorded it on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I recorded the actual video for this voiceover. I think it's like January 5th or 6th at this point. But anyways, that doesn't matter. So yeah, I really highly recommend these pens. They are my go-to, but there are some curves that you kind of have to learn with them, just like you would with any other stationery. So now we have moved over to my expense and meals tracker. If this is your first time watching one of my Plan With Me's, you wouldn't know that these are my go-to spreads. I use these pages more than anything else in my bullet journal. I come to these pages on a daily basis, whether it's for my expenses, when I'm spending stuff on, what I need to save for, what I need to sort of put money away for each paycheck, or if it's for my meals when I'm going grocery shopping, or even when I'm cooking and I need to know exactly what I need to pull out. Because so the squares in this meal page is for one meal, or is for 5 meals, and then below in that empty space you see right below the 5 squares is space. Well, actually when I number the squares, I'll put one of the numbers and then I'll write down the meal in the square, and then the empty space below I actually go in and write all of the ingredients that meal will need. That way when I'm grocery shopping, I have a place to come exactly where my ingredients are, exactly telling me what I need. But when I'm cooking, it also says, okay, before we start, we need to pull all of these things out of the cupboard, out of the refrigerator or the spice cabinet. And honestly, it's just my go-to spread. I love these 2 spreads. Honestly, I don't know how I would go without them. Honestly, I don't know how I would go without my bullet journal. My bullet journal is my go-to thing. I use it on a daily basis, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making such... obviously I wouldn't be making bullet journals for as long as I've been making them if I didn't enjoy doing them. But also around this time, my cat decided that she wanted to be a part of this video. You all saw maybe just a little bit ago, she already tried climbing up onto the bin that I record these videos on. Yes, I record my videos on an ottoman on my floor. Yes, it does hurt my back. Yes, it kind of gets a little painful by the end, but I'm always kind of pausing the video and getting up and stretching. But that's beyond the point. We're talking about my kitty, the one who decided she wanted to be a part of this video, and you all will see kind of throughout the rest of this video that she just keeps coming in, like interrupting me or wanting to be a part of it by laying either really close to the bullet journal, or at one point she even lays on top of the journal, which was just absolutely crazy for her to do. She started biting me and everything. She was like, enough bullet journaling, time for you to pay me attention. But enough talking about my kitty. We are getting close to finishing off these 2 pages of the spread, so we're gonna go ahead and move into my habit and mood tracker. Of course, starting with the outline of the page, and then getting into outlining what my habits are. So for this year, I want to track how much water I'm drinking. So I got a new hydro flask for for Christmas, and I think 3 of them equals 1 gallon. So my goal is to try to drink 2 to 3 of them a day. It's always been my goal for the past 3 or 4 years to drink a gallon of water a day. So of course, starting out, I don't want to go straight into it. I want to sort of lead my way up to a gallon. So I'm starting with 2 to 3. That way, come the end of the year, it's just kind of second nature to be drinking 2 to 3 a day. Another habit that I'm doing is just taking my medicine. I do have asthma, so it's really important for me. I have chronic asthma, so it's really important for me to sort of make sure that I am taking my medicine. So I really like to just track it here. Kind of gives me more motivation to do it. That way I have like a little bubble to fill in. I do want to start working out more again. I feel like at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year, I set this goal to work out, and throughout the whole year, I do great with it. I work out every single day. I take my breaks. I listen to my body. But come the end of the year, sort of come around the holiday season, right around Thanksgiving, I sort of let it drop off. So at the beginning of the year, I'm always like, okay, we got to get back into it. And I'm really proud of myself for every year always getting back into it. But my goal this year is to really try to push past that laziness that comes around the holiday season. Hopefully we can have that happen this year. We will see, but I'm really excited. I haven't started working out just quite yet. But I will be come the end of January when I have a better access to a gym that I work at. And then let's see, also my yoga. I do yoga on a daily basis, and I really like tracking it, just tracking, making sure that I'm doing it, even though it's a habit that I've been doing for so many years now. And then journaling. I love journaling, but I definitely don't do it enough, so I want to be doing it more. And then my final one is getting outside every single day. That's going to be rather hard today since it is snowing, but I think I might go just maybe get some snow between my toes, see how that feels. Comment your habits that you want to track this year. Maybe even comment some of your goals that are sort of allowing you to create these habits. What are they? Let me know down in the comment section. If they're the same as mine, that's awesome. Go for it. Let me know. And then the final other spread on these 2 pages is my mood tracker. I just went with the big blobs all over the page. They're overlapping each other, and the overlapping I'm still going to do like I did on every other page, where I just kind of color the 2 colors over them, and so far it's actually looking pretty good. I love how it turned out, and I definitely love how it looks. And then we get into my weekly spread. I actually ended up skipping a spread, so I do it on the next page. I can't believe I did it because it's like literally one of my top goals that I want to get done with this year, which are the little things. I typically try to put all of my spreads that I use on a daily basis before my weekly spreads, just because for me, I find that it's really easy to kind of keep all of those pages where I'm tracking things on one section, and then my weekly spreads where it's telling me what to do on another. I just find that for me, it makes things a lot more simple and easier to keep track of, but I kind of messed that up, which is okay. But anyways, so for this week's weekly spread, I just went with a very simple outline of the days. So I left room at the top of the left page for me to sort of outline January. And then right below that is where I get into the day of the week. So Monday, obviously Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way through Sunday. And then right under where I wrote in calligraphy the day is a little bit more of those little colorful blobs that I'm going to be adding to this page. And in those blobs, I'm going to take my black Crayola marker, and I'm going to outline which day of the week is it, so like the actual number of the day. But okay, enough talking. I'm gonna go ahead and let the music take over just for a little bit while I finish off coloring this page. so we are already outlining the January and moving on to the spread that I almost forgot to add to this month's spread, which I can't even believe I did, because again, this is one of my main goals of the year, which is to track the little things. I did this in a few of my bullet journals a couple years ago, and I never really understood why I stopped doing it, because it was one of my all-time favorite spreads. It's just a spread 2 pages wide so that I can have enough room to put a small thing that happened for each day of the month. So in the end of the month here on this spread, there's just going to be 30 random things that kind of made me smile that day of the month. So for example, some of the things I already have down are like bubbles in a bubble bath, snow falling, rain drops sort of down my windows, kind patients at the clinic that I work at, just really small things that in that moment put a really big smile on my face, because in the end, these small things are oh so important in life. They are the things that sort of make every day special. And I know last year I hit a really big burnout, and I got burnt out because I was just so used to doing everything the same. I was working 12 to 13 hour days, and I was such in this routine that the routine actually felt like it was the cause of the burnout, and I wasn't really focusing on the small things. But once I started focusing on those small things that I love to do, it really allowed me to sort of move past the burnout and allow me to start to feel better working those really long shifts. But anyways, enough about that. I really hope you guys like this idea. If you do, let me know. Give this video a comment. Give this video a like if you're liking this idea, or even if you're just liking the spread, or if you're not, you can always also give it a like. But okay, anyways, I am so excited for you all to have got to join me on this little journey of this plan with me for my January plan with me. I really hope you all liked it. If you did, again, give it a big thumbs up. Comment something down in the caption. Let me know if you took any inspiration from it. And now we are finally moving into the final flip through of my January spread. Again, I love this spread. I think it turned out absolutely amazing, and I hope you all can agree with me. But enough said. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be posting more regular Plan With Me content, so keep an eye out for what next week's bullet journal spread is going to be. I'm going to post spreads every Thursday, so hit that subscribe button if you think that sounds fun. Comment down in the caption below if you all have any ideas of any spreads that you would like to see. But until next time, have a lovely rest of your day. Have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you all later. Bye!